on, everybody? Long time no see. I missed last week. Let's start over. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's another Thirsty Thursday. Uh, Sorry I missed last week. I just didn't get home in time. I was out having dinner with my daughter, and it just ran a little bit late, and I didn't have enough time to get set. So, apologies all the way around. We're gonna have a cool night tonight. We're just gonna do some catch up because it's been a couple of weeks. Fill you in on what's kind of going on, how things are going to roll out, and kind of push towards the end of the year and see how we're going to play everything going around here at that point. So we're going to start it out today. I caught something in the chat, and it was let's see right there. Let's see what's it? There it goes. Mrs. Reaper's True Soppy Network was in here first, and I'm gonna go get forward down. Uh, I saw the name in chat, and I know I had modded her up before, but I wanted to show the chat here. And it said, "Yeah, I saw we're supporting. As you can see, a member with cancer undergoing treatment, as you know, is expensive in the USA. Yeah, sometimes medical stuff, especially cancer, stuff like that's a tough fight, and there's a lot of expense that goes with that. And a lot of times, community members will join together. So, everybody in the chat tonight, if you would stop by this channel, show it some love, give it a subscription, and maybe next time you see them on, or hang out and see what's going on a little bit, so that we can effectively, show a little bit of love on our side. Uh, Clicking buttons is free, so that is the first thing that we can always do for people. I hope you guys understand that that's just the right thing to do when people show up in our home, coming in kindly, and we can show a little love and send them a gift to kind of welcome them to the neighborhood. So, Mrs. Reaper, glad to have you in the chat today. Definitely, everybody will stop in and check out your channel and your cause. Our good buddy, Mr. Ed, Flash in Your Pan, was in here earlier. We talked about gold panning today. I'm probably going to talk a little bit about gold panning tonight. We were in, the wife and I just spent a mini vacation in Brown County, Indiana, which has a nice little general store down there by the state park that rents panning equipment, and people go out there and pan for gold. It's a decent little spot. It's a nice little vacation spot. I'll give you guys some tidbits about it if anybody's ever looking for like a 1 or 2 day trip to central Indiana, someplace that's really quaint and good to go. We'll chat about that here in a little while. Kenneth Bird, welcome, sir. Thank you. Stephen, nice ring that you found, sir. I saw the short and the toy car. Those are both excellent finds. Glad to see you out metal detecting for sure. Papa Rouse, Bill, there is Tuesday night at 9, right then and there. He has the group, the chat. That's a great live every Tuesday. Make sure you support Papa Rouse and Bill, Rob, and anybody else that frequents his stream. And also Saturday and Sunday with Rob and Charlie. Bill is always in there as well. Good friend Kevin out of Lakeland, Florida. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully the rain slowed down for you a little bit and you're getting back to some normal. Let's see. Mrs. Reaper saying hi to everyone. Angie and Rick, here, Chicky. Yeah, I have just about knocked my light over. I have been out and about and haven't had a lot of time to sit down at the computer here lately and knock things out. I will let you guys know that I am working on. I have backlogged so much footage from metal detecting that I've got to get it cleared out of my hard drive. I've got a 5 terabyte hard drive that's pretty full, and I've got another one that's getting there as well. So I'm going to try to burn through all my backlog footage all winter long. Some weeks I'll release 2 videos. trying to only put the best clips out of all my hunts in there, and keeping it really streamlined, trying to make a nice push. If you guys get a chance, I dropped one last Thursday on accident. It was a Monday Digs video. If you didn't see it, it was a good one. And then go back and check out Monday's video. I would appreciate it. Also, for me and Alex on the other side of things, on the Blood Fam, uh, on the sports side of that, right up in the corner there, if you have any interest whatsoever, Alex and we sponsor an energy drink called Dubby. If you guys would like to go over there, if you see anything on their website that you'd like to try, I've got two different flavors. I've got Japanese soda and some crazy watermelon flavor, they have got me completely away from soft drinks. Um, and it's a really different flavor to it. My favorite thing was for. Of course, I don't have my glasses, so reading is tough. Reading is tough. Coffee fruit extract, and this one's called Galaxy Grenade. Watermelon, guava, and lime explosion. Uh, this is the one that I'm trying out right now, and it's pretty good. It's pretty flavorful. I don't think there's any sugar in these. That's getting away from like I said, getting away from that part of my diet. I don't see sugar. But anyway, if you're interested, if not, it's just going to sit up there, scan it with your phone, click on go into the link. If you use the code BloodFam, you get 10% off of your order. I appreciate it if you do. No need to worry about it. Mr. Marty Bristol, sir, good to see you. Thank you. Mark, Senile Detectress, what's going on, my friend? Probably not this week, but we're getting really close to narrowing down on the final giveaways of the detectors. I've been very procrastinating about it on purpose. I do have a couple of issues with some things that are going on. I'm just trying to make sure I make the best decision when people make huge donations like for people. I want to make sure that I make the right decisions, and that's why I've been a little lax on the last couple uh, for good reason. Amanda, just chilling. What is up, my lady? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Very much appreciated. I also got some more goodies in the mail today. Tomorrow, I'm going to go out and test these two products. Then I'm going to clean them back up, and they are going to be given away in here. We'll talk about them too tonight as well. Tim Steele, what's up, sir? Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you guys very, 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 very much. As always, much, much appreciated. John Hunter says Steelers 10-0, baby. You know what? When you're playing a JV team, bro, it's not hard to win. Just so you know. Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts, sir. Rick, another Steelers fan. You enjoy your Steelers tonight, buddy. Enjoy. Mr. Jeff, it dropped in, forgotten. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Ron E, welcome. Kevin says we're finally in our drive season. I can now work 5 days a week. Awesome. That I know that helps you out. Get out and do the good deed that you do, sir. Miss Beverly Smith, welcome. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to work my way to the bottom. Our good friend, Mr. Randy Riddle, is in the house at Riddle's Relics. We had a great Monday Digs last week. Marked Dropped and Forgotten coming back. Randy Riddle was in there. Just a good time. I was not here because Monday I was celebrating my anniversary. See, this is the time of year for Shane where things get a little upside down, and it's not easy for me to always be here. I didn't want Flacco, sir. I don't think anybody wants Flacco. Like nobody really wanted Aaron Rodgers. And there's Rob right there. Hello, all you fantastic people. Thank you, Rob. Much appreciated, sir. If you don't know, I run a sports. We run a football pick'ems pool, and Rob has dominated it again this year so far. He's it's like taking candy from a baby is the way he looks at it. So I need more people to sign up next year, get over there and compete because somebody's got to beat him. It is family first, and I preach that. It is always about your family, taking care of them first. This is always secondary. It's another family. You gotta come in here and show love too. But the people that you live with, the people that you share blood with, the people that you don't necessarily share blood with, but are a part of your lives, you take care of those folks. What else we got? Miss Torchy. Oops. Hello, just have hope. You're all well. Oh, wait, that's not what you said. Just hope. Anyway, welcome, Miss Torchy. Thank you very much. The cat decided that he was going to play the family game tonight too, and he was going to bother me. What up, Taz? Good to see you. Free silver. Buying foreign silver's cheap. Got 2 seededs today for junk silver cost. Just an awesome day today, peoples. Rob's got it going on, man. He's stocking up on that silver any way he can get a hold of it, and it's just going to go up. Commodities like silver and gold that they can't make more of, the value is always going to go up. So collecting it, stacking it is a good idea if you can do so. But if you decide you want to sell it cheap, you may call Rob. He will buy it. I would too, but Rob enjoys it, so I've got my own means of stacking silver. So anywho, on with the day. So yeah, and that being said, so I got to go help my father. My father's been collecting silver coins since 1950s. That gives you an idea of his age. And so he had somebody approach him about his collection, and he tells me that he has over 20 pounds, uh, well over 20 pounds of silver coins. I called BS, but we're going to go get it all separated for him and let him get it assessed so he can find out what kind of value that he's got. We're guessing somewhere, he's guessing somewhere in the 30K range of coins he's collected his whole life. I think that is crazy, but he says he's got it. So let's see. I don't know that I believe him or I don't, but I'm going to go over there this weekend and check it out. Citizens, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Please feel free to share yourself out. Johnny Small Pepper in the house. What is up? Letting you know, Johnny, I got my seeds. I was on my trip, but they were in my mailbox when I got home. So thank you for setting that up for me. Much appreciated. I will be there was a lot in that envelope, just so you know. It's going to be awesome trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. But I appreciate the link and the hookup. Hopefully your buddy got to sell a good bit of his seeds. I'm excited to see how hot these guys really are, and definitely going to play it out. So that all being said, tonight is going to be basically a Q&A stream. If you guys got anything that you want to ask, please feel free to at me so that I see it come across. Ask any kind of question that you want. I'm going to be mentioning a few things along the way. I did get a package in the mail today, and it is in the description. So if you decide that that you want to go check out their website, I use CKG Scoops, and I use CKG Scoops. So there is a link in the description to go to CKG's website. They have been an awesome supporter of mine. And so I talked to one of their reps here the other day, and I have a new shovel and a new pinpointer. I think it's called the Treasure Kit, and I'm going to test them tomorrow. Kind of just see how well they work. Make a test video for them. Then I'm going to bring them home and I'm going to put them back in the box, and they're going to be for somebody in this chat at some point. So keep that in mind. I always, and if I do giveaways, members always get an extra entry regardless. But if you're not a member for this, there will be entries. So keep that your eyes open. Here in just a little bit, I will snag them up. By the way, Steelers fans, 10-7. Just so you guys know, it's only a 3-point lead. You better put more points on the board than that. Jason, Motor City Magnet Fisher, how is everyone today? Good to see you, my friend. Jason dropped a video today, a little bit of a collab in Western Michigan with some friends of his. A lot of pew-pew stuff in the water. By the way, Taz, good to see you, my friend. Not been a good week. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you and Mary are okay. I'm going to hit the pause button for 1 second here. Where's that at? Let's do this and I shall be right back. I have to get something I want to show you guys. Yo, okay, so I'm back. Turn this camera back on. All right, so hey, I'm just saying we have no business being in this game, so whatever happens is just a detriment to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just saying. Back to what I was talking about earlier, CKG. In the description below, has expanded their horizons into the metal detecting side of things a little bit more than just sand scoops. They do have a detector now. I thought I would go more on accessories, but here is their shovel. And this shovel, black steel, serrated sides on the edge, looks to be about a 6-inch blade, maybe a little longer. Shovel is about 30 to 36 inches high. It has a carbon fiber shaft and a nice handle. I haven't got a chance to play with it yet, but it looks like you can change these out if you need to. It's got the little divots to lock it into place. I will give this shovel a good test tomorrow morning when I get out. The good news is that it feels very light. Nice grip, good handle, very light. I know that it's going to be used when I hand it out, but it definitely seems like a winner as far as some of the shovels that I've had. As you guys know, I'm a Predator Tools guy personally, normally, but we'll give this thing a run, and I'll give you a good, honest opinion on it, probably in a midweek video or something like that. But let's start the day off. But this is what I'm going to be testing tomorrow. I will get use out of that. I'll run up here to the park because the ground's still pretty hard. So this is a waterproof pinpointer. Takes a 9-volt, very similar to the Garrett. Here is the model number. GC 2003. There you go. IP68 waterproof. This comes in the treasure hunting kit that CKG has. And I haven't opened this yet, so we're going to figure this out. It does come with a battery. All right, I don't want to get anything all messed up because I am going to put it back in here. It does have a lanyard. It does have a sleeve for your belt, for your pouch. And it does comes with a user manual. We're not going to get 100% into it. I'm not going to fire it up today, but feels nice. I see the power button here. I was going to say, if I can get this covering off of here real easy, we'll go ahead and turn it on real quick. But after I run this through a video and a test, this will belong to somebody in the chat. You guys more than deserve it for hanging out with me, for sure. All right, I just got to make sure I open this correctly. And it's dark in here. It looks like that's about right. Well, if I could see here. Oh my gosh, there you go. Yeah, Taz, I saw that Ace Frehley had passed away tonight. It sounded like it was complications to a fall that he took recently. And it really sucks because I definitely love. I love Kiss from back in the day. Jackson, the Go Animator. What do you mean by can you join my stream? Curious to what that means exactly. Randy, see you in a bit. Thank you for stopping by. Steven has a Dr. Otech. I didn't get a chance to test that one. They haven't sent me any new stuff lately. But I will say my Dr. Otech video did really well. All right. So I don't know all the deal with the features. Let's play with the button for a second. It's got silent and audio mode. And then it's got both. So it's got a vibration mode, it has an audio mode, and it has a vibration audio and both. So anyway, that's what I was going to show you guys today. And this is what I'm going to be out testing tomorrow. It is a nice looking pinpointer. It's about 12 inches in length. Ought to be a lot of fun. And I'll give you a good solid test on both of these pieces of equipment. And I'll put a link out there and then we'll do a video on it. Anybody that's interested, I will attach the giveaway to that video. All right, I see that. You're using StreamYard and I want to join your StreamYard. Yeah, I'm sorry you're new, and I don't necessarily add new folks in here um, just to come up and hang out, especially when I'm not sure who it is and what I'm going to get. With all due respect, uh, just hang out for a few weeks and keep talking, and never know, we might work something out. But I do use StreamYard. I've used StreamYard for quite a few years. They've always been really good to me. But anyway, this one here, and this shovel are going to be in test mode tomorrow, and we're going to figure out how these things are going to work. I got it, Jason. But I just, like I said, man, it's no offense. Today was planned on being a rather short stream going over a few announcements. I didn't plan for guests. There you go. New pinpointer and new shovel. Hopefully, it'll go along with somebody that actually really needs these items. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna get this all put back away, and then we'll get back to the stream. But I love new products. Thanks CKG a lot. I do have a link if you want to go to their website and look at this stuff before. Feel free. I don't know how the commission works for them, but I know I've gotten commissions from them. What up, Silver Wish? It's good to see you. Going out tomorrow, Silver, to test a CKG pinpointer and shovel. These are going to be the items I'm going to test, do a video on, and then do a giveaway in here for. All right. Let's see. Am I doing a live tomorrow? I wish my cell phone worked well enough to where I could go do a live from my cell phone or run my GoPro through it. But my service is just not great. No, I have not. I have a Predator Tools Piranha is my main shovel that I've used, and I have not broken a shovel while metal detecting. I was trying to think if I broke a hand digger at any point in time. I have another Predator Tools hand digger. If I did, it was a cheap one, and I don't remember doing it, to be honest with you, if I did. So I don't think I've broken a shovel. I always invested in my shovels pretty well because I think that you're only as good as your accessories, right? So I just don't, and I'm hard on it. You can ask Higgles. I will pry and bounce up and down on that sucker. My Predator Tools has no paint left on the whole thing from where I've just worn it off. I ought to paint it and sharpen it back up. But no, to answer your question, I have not broken a shovel. I don't intend to, but I have seen them break. Oh, snap. How did the Bengals go up 14-10? Man, that's nice. Other announcements. How do you juggle a detector, pinpointer, shovel, hand shovel, GoPro, and all your other accessories? So the GoPro is on my hat most all the time. I drag a shovel in one hand. I have a pouch with a pinpointer and a hand trowel or a leash, basically on my hip on my right side, and to just manage. I've been doing it for so long now that it just feels second nature. Also, everybody, welcome in Brian, Snowman Multimedia. That's my homeboy right there. He's my brother. If you get a chance, check out the Snowman Multimedia channel. Very good sports information, and a great guy. Brian is awesome. I it's I'm embarrassed that I don't get to go over and see him very much anymore, but we're all pretty busy. Bad Idea Lab, Joe. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Check out the Bud Files. One of they're like Johnny Small Pepper. They're one of the best supporters in our community. If you don't go over there and watch a video, shame on you. Sam, medical detectorist. What's up, bro? I saw you earlier. Thank you, Torchy. Snowman Multimedia. Brian is a great announcer and sports guy. Definitely, if you're working on your delivery to live stream on YouTube, he is a good person to listen to because he speaks in a very announcer esque voice. He does have training in that. I'm pretty positive. I don't know that for sure, but I would guess he does, as he does a lot of high school sports announcing, and he's done a lot in his career. So, good dude. Check him out. Thank you for posting the link, Torchy. I wonder if you could attach a GoPro to your pinpointer to give a second camera angle. So, when we're metal detecting underwater, we have created a second mount, and we put one on our. I have one that's on my that I mount to my Simplex Ultra, which is my underwater detector. It's got a circle mount, and I mount it right up underneath the control box, and it does a nice view of the coil shifting over, and then you can spin it around a little bit if you want a side view, like when you're digging up your target, so that you have a hat view and and a camera view from your pinpoint or from your detector. That does work. Two cameras would be amazing. If I had my choice, I would use two cameras, one on a tripod, one on a chest or a helmet mount, because I think that would be that's always good. It's just that a lot of times, unless you have somebody to help you do editing, that's a lot of editing. Shane, by the way, the railroads are running that Christmas train again this year. Christmas train. Don't know about that, but Christmas is always a good time around here for sure. Miss Jenna's in the chat eating dinner. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you and David are doing well. Yeah, it's just, and you know just as well as I do that it's complicated to run multiple when you're a one man show or one woman show. It's complicated to do all the things that you got to do to make a super compelling video. So if you don't have all the goodies and ways to make things look nicer, it's tough. Yo, Miss Rachel, how are you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Thank you very much for stopping in. I did not see. Did you name the pup? I have a GoPro for you, my friend. Just come and get it. I've been doing all my own editing for the last year or so. Uh, Best suggestion I give is using two cameras and then link them to a remote so they both start recording at the same time. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I use a right now my camera of choice right now is a GoPro Hero 12 with the and I use the ultra wide angle lens. I would prefer put that one on a tripod because it gives me a great wide angle view. Um, and then put something, elsewhere. But that's a good idea to do it that way. Yeah, my brother suggested Izzy to go with Slash and Axel. Izzy Stradlin? Sweet. That's a good choice. Is that gonna be a permanent companion or just a foster? Have you decided that yet? And sorry if I haven't if I missed it on Facebook or something. I've been gone all week. I've only got experience with the GoPro. I do have some of the Insta360 accessories, but I've not tried one of their cameras yet. They seem a little bit pricey. So I can't, I'll use my phone in retrospect sometimes as well. But right now I'm on GoPro Hero 12 Black with the ultra wide angle lens on it. I really favor that myself. Let's see. My videos suck. Don't know how to add music or edit. Um, if anybody would like to do a private stream, um, it's that time of year for me. I can make software recommendation to where everybody has something that's easy. I prefer an easy software over something that I can make super, it has a lot of something that has a lot of assets. I'll share it if anybody's interested. Most everybody in here has the ability to. I might I might share one if anybody really wants to know how I edit and do that stuff. Those are things that I'm pretty solid at, and where I spend my money on those is reasonable. Um, so I could show that. Let's see. And I saw your chat. No, she's staying. Needs a lot of training. Oh, I got you. So you're going to keep her because she needs to learn a lot. Well, that's good, Rachel. Like I said, it's something. It will help you. It'll help you get through the morning process for sure. I have some of the cheaper action cameras and have switched to GoPro exclusively for the video quality and the amazing image stabilization. I agree with the image stabilization. GoPro is pretty awesome. Hola, Luis. How are you, sir? Thank you. Mike, my friend, how are you? Metal detecting North Carolina. Gotta love Mike's variety. He is such an he's such a talented guy, makes good content. I miss Mike live streaming. Just so you all know, if you want to harass somebody about going back to doing live streams again, harass Mike. I had a GoPro 7, I gave it away. I had a GoPro 9, I gave it away. And I had a GoPro 11 and I decided to give it away because there was people that I was going to get an upgrade and somebody might need one. So I've handed several of them out just so people have something that they can start with. Good to see you too, Mike. Much love, my brother. If you're passing through, please let me know. Rachel uses Fillmore and is also very willing to help people out. Yeah, I can tell you that there's probably 10 people in this community or chat that would sit down with anybody and show them what they do. Um, it is a good group of people that were willing to help so that everybody else can learn. Like I said, I use Movavi Video Suite. It has some other programs that I use for the sports as well. But it is the Movavi Video Editor is a very, very good program. It's very easy to use. Yeah, please hit me up. I know you have my email. If you would like to, I would be glad to do a private with anybody that wants to. I'll post it that I'm going to do it. Watching my old videos using the Akaso camera will make you seasick. Yeah, image stabilization, especially when you're and we're not even actually super, we're not like motorbikes and stuff. That's where the GoPro really shines, is like fast action stuff like that. But it does do a very nice job of taking away that dizziness of an effect when you watch somebody swinging a metal detector. And when I put a GoPro on a camera or on a tripod, it's as nice as my digital video camera that I got. And I have a very nice digital that I don't even use anymore. I've been using Clipchamp, pretty simple and intuitive. That is another one that I know a lot of people like. Yeah, Mike. I mean, I gotta admit that's when I discovered you as a person. It was watching you on your live streams, and then it turned me into a fan of your videos. It- I I tell people all the time that I don't think live streaming helps your channel so much as being, on YouTube. It's good for things like hours and stuff like that. It's good for community building and stuff like that. It doesn't really necessarily help your channel unless you're super popular. But what it does do is it puts you in the right community. It gets you experience speaking to a microphone and into a camera, and it does help you with your video process. You become better at editing. And it's not because of this. It's because of you're more prepared when you make a video. You think about how you speak. There's a lot of assets uh, from live streaming, especially live streaming by yourself, where you don't have somebody to beat conversation off of. It is it's a great tool into getting better as far as being a video creator. Still need to learn how to do the rest of prospecting other than rock hounding. Rock hounding's fun. So I went today, and we did gyms. So um, my wife and I had our anniversary, which was Monday, which was why I was not present at Monday Digs. Sorry, but some people come first. So and then we had our vacation this week, and we went to. If you don't know anything about it, Brown County, Indiana. There's a place there called it's a town called Little Nashville, and it's like I call it Baby Gatlinburg. It's got great food. It's got a lot of nice shops. Uh, it's a very open community. I'll tell you about that here in a second as well. It has a lot of things that makes for a nice weekend trip. Uh, Affordable rentals, cabins, state park, there's all kinds of good stuff there, and the wife and I like it when we want a quiet getaway, and so we go up there for a couple days. Thank you, Mike. Uh, just so you guys know, 20 years was Monday for Gene and I being married. It's been a very long time, and I really appreciate her. As far as everything goes, because she does not give me any grief over any of this, right? I know some people are needy and stuff like that. She's really supportive of me doing the things I want to do with some of my spare time. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that. Hey, 20 years for you and Mary. Listen, that's like surviving prison, but bro. Uh I I'm surprised she hasn't, tried to beat you to death. Where's she at? She not even here to defend herself? Yeah, 20 years nowadays is not easy to do, right? Met a couple up there. They were celebrating their 40th, and they were RVers, and they were going from campground to campground, and just really great people. I have a tendency to meet folks. So it works out that way. But yeah, 20 years of her putting up with my smart ass remarks. Yeah, I get that. You guys are awesome. If you guys don't know, Taz and Mary, they invited me into their family reunion. It was Taz's family reunion, and I got to spend the day with them. Uh, you know, that that was flipping awesome to for somebody that I had not physically met to invite me in with their family and hang out for a day when they celebrate as a family. I was very honored and blessed to be able to do so with them. There you go. Single guys, Silver Wishes is single and looking. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. I know I asked you already, Bill, but you did get your package in the mail, right? 95% of the time, editing a video can take longer than recording the content. So I'm working on a video right now. I don't know that it'll be done by Monday because I just don't know that I'll get it finished. But I'm working on a video right now and I have 2 hours of footage. It's new footage. I haven't released anything brand new in a long time. It's out at that drained lake with Brian. I went out there last week, last Friday, and I got to hang out with him for a day. Brian's doing a lot better. I got to spend the day with my homeboy. We had a blast. Uh, the whole portion of that video is going to be that place has been that 100 by 150 square foot area where they drained the water has been hunted intensely for over 30 days before I got there. Um, before I got there, and I still had an awesome day. Not to spoil the video too much because I got like 2 hours of footage to go through, but I came out of there with silver. I came out of there with more than one piece of gold. Um, but I had a very interesting dilemma with one of the pieces of gold. I'll explain it in the video, I'm assuming. I came out of there with silver and gold, maybe 5 or 6 really good targets for the day. Most of it was jewelry. I only found one nickel. Those guys had really done a nice job of hammering that place. But had a really good day out there with the Knock the Legend and the small coil. Uh, but yeah, small silver, a little bit of gold is pretty awesome. I was tumbling. I was actually tumbling to get some of the corrosion off of one of these charms, but I put all the stuff in there, and the little part of a it was part of a bracelet, and it had very small links, and it was gold like that. I split it. It split in the tumbler and broke all the links. So I had all these little tiny pieces of gold floating around. A few years ago, I had sent out a lot of packages and got a knock on the door, and a guy was standing there. I said, "Can I help you?" And he said he got my address off a package and he decided to travel and meet me. That's a big red flag. Um, for a female, that's scary because I know you're very generous and giving away stuff, but I would never show up on somebody's doorstep unannounced, for crying out loud. That is very improper. I feel for you for that happening, to be honest. And man, if I had to guess, I could probably guess somebody in the community that might have done that, but I would never say a name. Sorry, I'm having a mic issue. I don't know what happened there. Like I was saying, Brian can go out. You and Brian can go out. We can have a day where we don't find anything. Absolutely nothing. You would have thought we found $1 million. We would have thought because we go out, we enjoy the day, the time, the atmosphere, wherever we're at, we make the most of the situation and we have fun. And not every day when you go metal detecting, it comes with treasure, right? Rarely does it come with a lot of treasure, but not every day. So, with that being said, that is my goal is to always just go out and have a great time. Yes. So, Mike, in my video on my next video, which is gonna be from that, there's a guy down there, 71 years old. His name is Tony, and this guy digs out, 2 by 2 squares all the way down to the hard pack and shovels it aside and has found all kinds of, goodies down deep. There's a lot of sand on this beach, so there's stuff down way down below. But yeah. Yeah, and also you gotta remember gold is heavy. Gold will sink further down than a lot of things. Down there in that deep pack, it's about 2 foot down, and they're finding, like, half dollars and stuff like that. We didn't have time to dig it out. I was gonna before we go back down there, I'm gonna make a sifter, and, I'm gonna make a sifter, and I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Wayne, sorry I'm late. What's up, everyone? Expression of the Outdoors, YouTube's metal detecting animation specialist, right there. You know what? And luckily for me, I'm starring in his stuff this year. These stupid aliens have tried to kidnap me and probe me. They keep giving me drinks. You got to check out Wayne's videos when he gets them done. Absolutely awesome. I was so upset. I was so upset. Told him I was going to call the cops. Yes, that's the proper response. For people to think, I would say that I consider 90% of the people in the chat today more than an acquaintance. There's 30% of you that I consider that I've met with and been with. I consider family or friends. There's about 60% of you that I would, but that's this is still it's still especially for a lady. This is still internet based. You don't necessarily know who you're talking to. I'm just being honest, and everybody should be very, very careful in that aspect, especially the ladies of the group, because there's some I don't there's rotten people out there. I tried scaring Rick off, but it didn't work. Been married 25 years. Yeah, Angie, look, it's like this. You know, Rick's beat into submission. He's broken in. He's makes a probably a pretty easy guy to get along with since he lets you have your way because he doesn't want to get hurt. It's got to be a pretty nice situation for you. Yeah, man, it's very scary, and there's no right or wrong answer. You just got to use your best judgment, but do not show up on somebody's doorstep without prior permission, or at least having a conversation. It did. I bet it did freak you out. I would be appalled. Uh, Look, I'm a guy, and I had somebody that wanted to show up at my house, kind of, pretty much unannounced, and I was not comfortable with it. And I'm comfortable meeting anybody. Let's go. I would have to think about stalker as my first thought. Test, test, test. Is it still? Oh, I guess this is back when the mic quit. I'm guessing. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I had an issue where my microphone's starting to fail. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Let me make sure I'm hooked to the right mic too, because I do have two. Settings. Let's go here. Audio. USB. Testing. Okay. Yeah, I'm hooked up right. Going faster. Good luck. I'm gonna take the yard where I'm staying there, pulling out trees all over this old property. Yeah, trees are a great spot. A lot of my best finds have come right ratted in with tree roots. I got you on the yard. Tyler, I agree. Can't wait to get my hands on a Noctil or Nocta Legend 2. I will have one. I will be using it quite frequently as soon as I get it. I've got some stuff that I can my farm field harvested. I've got places to go that I want to go, but I was really hoping that I would have that Legend 2. When I first met Deej, she was nervous, so I suggested she bring a friend or meet at a public place for New Year's Eve. Yeah, so uh, my first time, I will just speak about Deej very because Deej is very cautious. Let's use that word. Deej is very cautious about the community, right? I don't. I think that I haven't ever asked her, but I'm assuming that something may have happened at some point in time that she was uncomfortable with. So she's very cautious in that instance. But she will travel with friends. It's a very good idea for a lady. She will travel with friends and and she will use a get to know you phase, and she's very smart. So if anybody has any questions about how it is to meet folks in the community, Deej is a good one to ask because she knows how to do it as a female. Um, but let's see, Miss Alicia, my first time hanging out with her, basically we met in a public place. You know, I mean, it was real easy. Her and I became fast friends. It I guess I don't know. I'm gonna say being around me very long, you realize I'm harmless. So that's the way that that works. Um, but yeah, it can be if somebody was to show up on somebody's doorstep unannounced, that's a problem. Yeah, Angie, it's too late in life to start training another. You got one that's nice and broke in. Shane, relax. You're not going to get probed. The alien said it's not your birthday. Listen, dude. Hey, I did see something today for you that it immediately thought of you, and we were getting ready to leave, but I saw a T-shirt, and it had a Sasquatch on the T-shirt giving double peace signs, and behind him was an alien spaceship flying off in the distance, and I immediately thought of you. Yeah, there you go. Definitely, I use my home address. Uh, I may not worry about things very much, but I do use my home address. But definitely for ladies, I would say getting a post office box is a great idea. Anybody that doesn't want somebody showing up on their doorstep, get a PO box. Solid advice. And you know what? Dang, dang. There's a lot of good people in this community that you can ask about other people. Have a private conversation. There's a lot of good resources here of very, very nice people. In our chat today, some of those people that I know are very good at this subject, or one we're talking to now, Mike. Rachel is very good on this topic. She's very experienced in dealing with the community. Myself, uh, for sure, definitely been in those definite groups. Let's see. Check into an OKG microphone. I will do because mine. I've had my microphone the whole time my microphone and my webcam, I've had the whole time that I've been live streaming. I'm due for some upgrades. I know that. That's what I was saying. You're very experienced. Listen, I there's certain people, um, there's certain people in this community, certain ladies in this community that I will go out on the road and room with. Uh, no questions asked. But it's just, you know, people learn to it's just getting to know folks. There you go, Angie. Smart. After you get to know somebody, you can give them the home address. I don't think anybody necessarily is going to show up, but you never can tell, and that is the thing. So you should always err on the side of caution. I have dudes for roommates and a dude on the other side of my house. I ain't worried if anyone pops up. There you go. Dogs are great for that too, right? Yeah, most well, that's just it. You're out in the sticks there, Silver, for sure. I've met a few people from the community. So far, everyone I have met has been really cool. That that's a good thing. You just vet the process, right? Use your best judgment, know who you're talking to, have a conversation on the telephone with somebody first. It's important. Um, these interactions are great. They're a good way to kind of get to know people, but you got to take the time to actually get to know people. Stephen, have a great night, sir. JSP, another staple out there. I know Johnny. He's one of the folks that I my perception is that he's very private about his personal um, his personal being out there, and he seems to be very private about that. And what you got to do is that when people are that way, show them that respect. It's not your place to share private information on people or anything like that. You just show people the utmost respect. I feel like Johnny's a very private guy, even though he's out here. And I think there's a fine line in there. And that's my perception. I may be totally wrong, but I treat him as such. She's in the Northwest, Rachel. I can't remember. I think it's Idaho. I might be wrong. There you go, Taz. And that's another thing, getting time away from work. Tom says Jim is an hour away. Have a few blades and sports equipment around the place. I'll be helpful if someone shows up with ill intentions. Yeah, that wasn't what that was about. I was just making the comment, because Silver brought it up that you just shouldn't show up on somebody's doorstep. Oh, there you go. I plan on traveling next year, getting this motorhome back on the road. It's a beast. I met people that live in that life now, and I don't know that I could do that. Yeah, there you go. I'm staying in Oregon working on my motorhome. Well, best of luck on you, Silver. If you happen to travel through the Midwest, you can hit me up. I will buy you a cup of coffee somewhere. It's a great way to meet somebody. Meet in a restaurant for a meal. Have a sit down. you can pretty much you figure out at that point in time if everything's going to be okay. Rachel's got to get up at 4 a.m. before heading to BT. If anyone's near BT, hit me up. You are all welcome. Virginia Tech? Vermont? Vermont. I wish I was going to Vermont. Man, it is after 10. Man, I'll tell you what, just having these conversations, uh, the time goes by so fast. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of a recap today. Um, honestly, I got the CKG sand or shovel, and I got the CKG pinpointer that I'm going to go and test tomorrow. Uh, I will make a video on those for you guys, and after that, either the video itself will have something to do with the giveaway, or it'll be in my live stream. Those things are very nice items. They have a kit. It's called the treasure kit. The link is in the description for the website. Go check those items out and see if you're interested. Uh, but yeah, for sure. Also, going through the process of the final entries for the metal detector giveaways. I might be pulling back just a little bit on that because the last two entrants that had not won one have not been here in over 6 weeks. If they're not in my channel, I'm not just going to say, hey, I'm mailing you a metal detector. So if I don't, I have an alternate on my list, and that is next. But I got to make sure that it's the right deal, because when people donate a metal detector, I'm making sure that somebody's getting it is going to use it. So, but that's a different story altogether. So just bear with me on that deal. The last two, like I said, have not been here, and I'm not going to go hunt somebody down to give them something. Suffering in Bolivar, Missouri. Bottoms of feet, insane pain, have tried everything. Oh, Andrew, bro, I'm sorry. That sucks. No, but I do recommend people in the chat get to know one another. I think that's the best part about being a community. It's what we all do. Back to that. So video for that. I would love to try to do a live stream out metal detecting, but I don't know if that'll work. Taz, I would love to make it to the Pacific Northwest in Rockhound. My choice would be the Southwest. I would like to go look for opals and stuff. Brian, what's up, bro? Goodbye. Found some great stuff in Missouri. Hanging out with Mr. Rob and Iron Antler Adventures. We had a nice time in the state of Missouri. Oh, plantar fasciitis. Ouch, bro. That's a pretty serious deal. You can be in a boot for that and have nothing really broken. Yeah, Johnny, I am not trying to. Like I said, I still have the means to do that, but I'm going to make sure that people are supporting the rest of the community, and they weren't just here for a one-time thing. Everybody else that has been awarded one has been here. I've got two that haven't been, and the third. The person I put in as an alternate will probably be the last one that I hand one out to, unless the other people show up, because I don't want people just showing up for a handout either. Like I said, we work on building a community. We work on building trust, honest relationships, and that if somebody who did put in for one doesn't want to show back up here and show any support to the people that are donating, because we had a lot of people that helped with the donations, or B, making sure that they get that. I'm okay with withholding it until for another giveaway or for another point. I would never want to cheat somebody, and that was not my intention. My intention was to be helpful, but if people are not going to support, then I want to find somebody else to help. But Johnny, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, James, hope your appointment goes well. Yeah, Mike, always. This is the guy here that we need to get back in the saddle. If I have to invite him up and hang out with me on a Thursday, get him all fired up about live streaming again, we will do so. Metal Detecting North Carolina. Yo, what's up, Miss Gen X? Nice to see you. And my cameraman has bad knees right now, so stay tuned. Yo. Okay, let me get to the bottom here. Let's see. No worries, Joe. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you're doing all right, my friend. Yeah, if I would have known that when I was there, if you would have been around in the chats then, I would have definitely hit you up. We had such a good time. Me, Rob, James, and Risha, we had an absolute blast. Uh, some of the most fun times I ever had out digging with new folks. Listen, that's you know what? I've been talking about creepy stuff, and I don't and James and Risha, I don't think are here to bend themselves, but so we're I had met James at a park, right by his house, really close, and he and I detected that afternoon, I think with his dad at the time, and his dad and John Hunter was in there. We went detecting, and then I went out to his house. Um, and so we pulled down this old dark lane. We're in backwoods, Missouri, and I had never. Here you go. I had never met these people in person. I knew what kind of people they were. Very gracious and inviting, but hey, at the time I wasn't sure. They take me down this country driveway back into the middle of nowhere. I felt like I was going into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and for a solid minute there, I was like, "What did I get myself into here?" And then I got there, and everything was fine. But back to the things that you don't know, what you don't know. So be very careful. But it was freaky. Going down their road for the first time, their driveway was freaky. Mud larking or bottle digging song. Mud larking, uh, I would think that I would follow that path. Something about, you know, digging through the water in the trash. I don't know. That's a tough one. Bottle digging, that's crazy. The other thing that I'm going to do really soon is I'm going back out to yes, uh, I'm going to go back out to a spot from one of my last videos. There's a well out there that I can see down into. I think I'm going to drop my magnet down in there and see what I can find. I might drop a GoPro down it too, just to check it out. A GoPro and a light. Um, that'll be coming up soon too. I got a lot of stuff I want to do this winter. I want the Legend 2 to be here. So that being said, but I appreciate it. Frank, welcome. Good night, sir. I'm getting ready to shut her down shortly. What was that? Do you you do have a pretty mouth? Yeah, that's craziness right there. If you're ever in West Virginia and you see a little albino blonde kid picking a banjo, run. I do barricade myself in the basement. If she's coming this way, I got protection. Mike, your parodies are awesome. They do come together well. Honestly, if James and Risha, I will be glad to go back that way again. The last year they came up, they went north when had the, and I didn't have a chance to go their way, so things didn't work out. Shane, you will go down the well with the camera before you put the magnet down there, so you don't want to stir up the water. You go down the well with you. Yes, I will put the camera in first for sure. Bro, no. Pod awful generational run. I don't know what that means. Shout to I don't get that. Showed me several severely old homestead with almost identical wall foundation. You showed recently, but told you couldn't detect. Yeah, I got permission from a land holding company. Um, there's they bought a bunch of land for their clients to come down and hunt on in southern Indiana. They would not let me inside the structure. They said I could go out there and walk it and photograph it, but I could not go in and detect or look around inside the structure because fear or liability. Taz, tell Mary I said hi. Give her a hug for me, please. Even though she's a mean lady, give her some love for me. Miss Mary's been working really hard on her health, y'all, just so you know. Very proud of Mary, even though she's a pistol for sure. Yeah, thank you guys. Share out, smash the like. Hey, also I'm gonna leave you guys with one thing. One more recap. The barcode up in the top left is for W Energy drinks. Use promo code BloodFam for 10% off your order. Check out their stuff. It's very interesting. It's gotten me away from sodas. Um, just two of these per day, and I really enjoy them. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that's another thing, getting through the vegetation, especially in Missouri. Woo. Um, yeah, I had something else, but I lost it there. But I want to say thank you guys for being here today. Sorry for my absence last week and on Monday. Family and good times for my family. Honestly, prevented it. Um, yeah, we're working really hard at making this winter special. I got plenty of stuff to hand out to the community later on. Hopefully, the streams stay about where they're at with the loyals in here because that's what really works out nicely. But I do have some stuff to do. I want to thank all of y'all for your continued support. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, Boy Scout. Go Bengals, beat the freaking Steelers so I can laugh at you.